Everyone right now is talking about NSE and how it is doing well, and I know that hype might have knocked at your door, and you are even considering rushing to the Nairobi Securities Exchange to buy some shares. But before you do that, do you know how exactly you expect to make money in the Nairobi Securities Exchange? Do you know how people who have invested in Nairobi Securities Exchange make profits? Welcome to Finance Focus with Andrew, a platform where we engage in conversation that endeavor to enhance our financial literacy. In case you are coming across this channel for the first time, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that you get notified anytime we get to post a new financial tip. And my mission in this video is very simple, just explaining to you how you expect to make money in the Nairobi Securities Exchange so that you don't have the wrong version of investing in shares as you consider to rush to the NSE and buy some. Now, you only make money in shares in two ways. And number one is through dividends. Now, what are dividends? Dividends is simply the distribution of profits by a company after a particular period of time, say at the end of the financial year. So after a company has engaged in its business activities, in its whatever activities that they engage in, may it be manufacturing, may it be service provision, at the end of the day, they make profit. That profit do not belong to the employees of that company. The profit do not belong to the management of that particular company. See example, let's take some of the big banks, KCB, Equity, Absa. These banks reports billions of profits every year. Now, that profit does not belong to the management of KCB. That profit does not belong to the employees of KCB, but rather that profit belongs to the shareholders, those people who own shares of the Kenya Commercial Bank. Now at the end of that period, it is the management that sits down and distributes that profit back to the shareholders, and they determine the amount that each shareholder will get per share. That's why you get to hear languages like 3 bob per share, 5 shillings per share, 0.5 shillings per share. So the dividends you get determines the amount of profit that you get, and of course the more the dividends, the more amounts that you get. So let's say a company that is giving 3 shillings per share and you have 1,000 shares, it automatically goes without saying that you will receive 3,000 shillings in terms of dividend. Now that is one way. The other common way is capital gain, and as the term suggests, capital gains is simply the increase in value or the increase in price of shares. So you buy when the price is low, then you sell when it is high, and you get to realize the profit. For some purpose of practicability of this, let me use an example here that you can clearly see. You see, this photo here shows a buy of 900 shares of Kenyan Insurance Company. That was on the 10th of February 2025. It was bought at 1.68, and at the closing of trading on the 5th of September 2025, Kenya Insurance shares were at around 3.17. So if these shares that were bought at 1.68 were to be sold at the closing price, that was 1.57, the difference would be 1.49. So this is what we call the capital gain. So we can try and calculate the percentage of capital gain. We take 1.49, which is the increase in price, and we get to divide by the original price, which was 1.68, and you get to, it should be around 88% if I'm not wrong. So these shares over the period of around 7 months have got a capital gain of 88%, but I cannot realize this profit until I get to dispose these shares at the price that I'm mentioning here. So it is just a tentative profit, but I can only realize it if I get to dispose these shares. So that is how people get to make money in shares. That is through the dividends and through the capital gain. So the question I want you to ask yourself, and I would like to hear your thoughts in the comment section, now that everyone is talking about NSE and how it has done well, some shares going up to a 500% increase in terms of capital gain. Do you think it is the best time to rush to NSE to buy shares? Let me have your thoughts.